Hey everybody, Will here, and today it is December 27th, and we are heading up to Ukiah in California. And we were actually just here a couple of days ago on Christmas Day. Adir's family lives up here, and we were celebrating Christmas. And I brought my drone up here, as I usually do, because it's a really great place to fly. And I had a little accident. I was just filming for a quick camera test, messing with some modes on the GoPro Hero 4, and I was flying backwards, and I just misestimated the height of the tree. And actually, no, I was flying kind of over it, but there's just one branch apparently that was just a little bit too high, higher than the others, and I ended up hitting it and crashing it, and it got stuck. I'm not sure exactly how high it was. I forgot to look at the OSD and make a note of the height, but it's probably about 50 feet or 60 feet or so pretty high up. So the very first thing I tried was basically turning it back on and trying to accelerate out of the tree, kind of like you would if you were stuck in the mud or the snow. I pretty much just rocked the sticks back and forth. And it shook the tree quite a bit, but it was just apparently really stuck in there. And I tried to climb the tree a little bit to see if we could throw some stuff at it, but we didn't have much tools to mess around with it. And unfortunately, we couldn't call tree pruning services or anything. And I also we had to do Christmas back in the Bay Area, so we ended up having to just abandon it, which is really kind of a bit scary to do. It was in a safe spot and everything, but it's just kind of like if you were to leave your laptop on the ground in the backyard or something like that for a couple of days. It's like, we knew it wasn't going to rain at a certain point too, but it's just kind of a little bit weird. In any case, I went home and was trying to research what people were doing. I read this one forum where this guy created this sort of Slingshot fishing line reel system that looked really good. He spoke very highly of it, and a number of other people actually chimed in saying they did the same thing and it worked great. So I went to the store and bought all the stuff that I needed and tried to put together my own version of it. And basically, the supplies I needed were a slingshot, and then I got a heavy-duty, high-payload band for the slingshot, along with a fishing reel, some heavy-duty fishing line, and some fishing weights. The total cost to build the thing was probably about $60. It's a pretty simple setup. I based it off of just a piece of 2x2 that I had, along with a piece of EMT for kind of a grip, which I slipped the slingshot into, and then I had the fishing line reel mounted on the front of the whole thing. And yeah, it's a pretty cool little system that lets you kind of use some fishing weights too, a bunch of fishing weights that I got to shoot the weight with the fishing line, and you just get a number of shots, and hopefully you can get it up onto the branch or near the branch, and then use a bigger, thicker rope to just shake it loose. And yeah, I tested it out in the apartment the other day. Seemed like it worked pretty well. And as I said, it's mainly a matter of just trying and trying and trying and trying. The one note people make too is bring a lot of weights to shoot up too, because things will get caught and tangled. And so we're doing that, and we're headed there right now, and hopefully it's either on the ground or still up there, and hopefully we'll be able to try to get down. Did I miss anything? What do you mean?
So I was getting prepared for a few hours of shooting and retrieving and untangling fishing lines, but was pretty confident that it was only a matter of time before I got it down. But to my surprise, when I got there, Adir's uncle was assembling what appeared to be a giant stick.
Oh, wow. You're almost there.
No, he is.
Jesus.
He was on the ladder. He might be able to get it.
Yeah. Oh.
The way that pole moves, though, it's going to knock the ladder over.
It was a combination of a few pieces of aluminum flagpole, EMT tubing, and some PVC couplers screwed together.
Yeah.
The trick was assembling the rig vertically using a tall ladder, as the whole thing would be too flexible and heavy to erect upright if assembled beforehand.
My stinger's sinking into the dirt back here.
Okay.
Okay, David, on the truck there's another length of pole. We're gonna need it.
Oh my God! Yeah, you're almost there.
Really?
Oh.
Well,
Almost
with
don't
that
get
other
it.
length of pole, you're right. But with it in that gap, that solves the ladder problem. Wait.
We're gonna. I got a couple self-tapping screws. I want to sink in this thing when we join it, so I don't lose it.
I was almost disappointed because it was so clearly going to work that I wouldn't get a chance to properly test out my rig.
Yeah, I'll have to bring this thing
But he
down.
still needed one more section of pipe, so I decided to take a few shots.
Didn't work.
Things seemed pretty good, but I wasn't getting quite high enough, so I got a little higher. Much closer, and with a bit more practice, I think I could reach it.
So close on that one. Oh, man.
Peters out right when you get there.
Adir's uncle was too fast for me though, and I decided to get out of his way.
All right, ready?
One thing that really helped the pole plan was some of the lower branches. At this length, the pole was difficult to control, but a big notch on a sturdy branch acted as the perfect guide to support it.
Right here, because I can totally see the machine.
Okay.
That branch is blinding you. You can't see it, but I totally got a shot at it. Right
Okay, great.
Yeah, it
So,
looks like right there. You can, go a few higher.
ooh, hold on.
Huh?
What's that tube made out of?
PVC.
PVC. Okay.
Schedule 40.
Should do it.
Moment of truth.
Yep. It's all yours now.
Oh. Oh yeah. Yeah.
A hook at the top was probably a good touch too, and it looked like almost a perfect grab.
Oh. Oh, God.
Sorry
All right.
about that.
No, it's okay.
It kind of actually had a cushy fall.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Oh. Oh, God.
Yeah, go ahead and grab this.
Let's see what happened here.
Survive or?
I'm sure it's,
Yeah, your mount looks like it tore apart.
yeah, this is the isolation mount. That's all right. It could be all right. Not gonna know until we power it up. Looks like it could be all right.
I think the aircraft survived. Well, your blade chipped.
Oh, yeah. Probably, I think that actually happened when I was trying to spin it free.
Right. I didn't see anything else fall apart. It all landed right there.
Yeah, I think that's it. Let's, we got that, remote control. Yeah, I think we're good. This is it. We'll see.
Good. Oh. What happened?
Oh, it's all right. Just
Just basically put links of pole together. Where was it at? It was way up in those little.
We have the drone back, and all I really did to it right now is just swapped out those propellers, which got all chewed up, and reattached the gimbal. Haven't tested it out or anything yet, although I did take that battery out and I checked the voltage on the battery, and I was getting basically 2 volts for 2 of the cells and then no reading for the 3rd cell. So that battery is basically garbage at this point, but that is kind of a small price to pay there. And hopefully this works out. We're gonna test it in just 1 second. Before I do, I wanna talk really quickly about the rig. I'm a little bit disappointed I didn't get a little bit more time to shoot with it. There was actually one place on the tree itself that the drone was stuck on that I climbed up to with a slightly taller ladder that was like a really good vantage point to kind of have a little bit more standing room than I did on that ladder, and I'm sure with a few shots I probably could have got it from there. But Adir's uncle came through with that giant pole and it got it down, and I got it back, and that's really the most important thing. So to just speak a little bit more quickly about this, the weight that was on it, I think the one that I was using most was this. This is a 1 ounce weight. And I also spray painted them orange, if you didn't notice, I thought they would detach a little bit more. I think my heavy duty string or line was a great idea. And there was really not a lot of problems reeling it and retracting it back. However, one little danger that I did notice, particularly on the ladder, is it does kind of get hanged up on the branch as you pull it over, and I was very aware of that, so I kind of gently pulled it over, but I suppose someone who did this might be kind of interested in just pulling it back, and there is a little bit of a springiness to the line, so that could be dangerous with it kind of flying back at you, so keep that in mind. But as for the 1 ounce weight, I had some 2 ounce weights too, and those were a little bit too heavy, so I think probably 1.5 ounces is probably the best route there. Also, if you didn't notice, I was struggling with the heavy duty line and again with the weight of this to try to get it farther enough to pull it back farther. You can see it would be nice to have some sort of loop system here to kind of keep it attached to get a little bit of a better shot there. But hopefully, I mean, not hopefully, I'll be able to try it in a future, at a future time, but hopefully I'll have some other options in case this ever does happen again. And maybe I'll think about this a little bit more, and if that ever does happen again, hopefully we'll be able to get it out. So that's that, and moving back to the drone here, the camera was 100% perfect, working okay, so that was already half of it. And now we're just gonna try out the drone to see if everything is working. Hopefully it is. Let's try it out. There we go. Let's see. Get it up in here. It looks like the gimbal's working as well. Yep, that looks just fine. The one thing that got damaged too, in addition to the props, was this connector here, the USB video connector to the GoPro. You can see just the metal part kind of got pulled off. There's the loose wires that were inside. And that's actually, I've had one of these same sort of connectors before, and it also broke in a similar way. So I'm gonna have to get a new replacement for that. Yeah, so it looks like everything is working on the ground. The last thing to do is check to see if it'll fly. All right, everything is working, so I am very happy here now. And that is going to be about the end of this video, so thank you all for watching. Make sure you have subscribed and have a happy new year.